This is Liz, and today a few of us from the Environmental Literacy and Outdoor Education program of Anne Arundel County Public Schools are going to show you how to start your very own composting project. You'll be reducing food waste, creating nutrient-rich soil, and contributing to a better Chesapeake Bay, all from your own home. Let's do it! Most of us don't realize how much food we throw away every day, from uneaten leftovers to spoiled foods. Americans waste about 80 billion pounds of food per year, or 200 pounds per person. The good news is, we can compost. There are many ways of composting. It doesn't have to be perfect. Let's look at 3.
So at my house, I collect food scraps and cuttings into a bowl while I'm cooking, and then transfer those into an airtight container with a lid. You can also put them in the fridge or the freezer if you're worried about smells until you can take them into your compost.
Keep your scraps in any container with a lid. In a compost pile, lots of bugs and microorganisms, or tiny living things, help turn your kitchen waste into rich, healthy soil. Compost needs layers of greens and browns to work. Greens are items that have lots of nutrients and tend to be wet, like vegetable and fruit scraps, coffee grounds, and eggshells. Browns are items that help soak up all of those nutrients and tend to be dry, like leaves, twigs, cardboard, and newspaper. To have a healthy compost, try to use an equal amount of each when adding to your pile. Avoid meat, bones, seafood, dairy, and pet waste in your compost.
So I'm lucky enough to have a yard where I can have a compost bin. There's lots of different kinds of compost bins out there. You don't have to have anything fancy in order to have compost bin. I have it right next to my garden, so I am able to put the soil directly into my garden when I'm done. I'm going to turn the soil. It's important that the soil gets layers and that there is turning of it.
Let's head over to Amber's to see how she composts.
Hi, my name is Amber. I live in an apartment, so the way I compost isn't the same as Liz. So that also means my compost looks a little different.
On my kitchen counter, I have a ceramic cookie jar that I use to put all my scraps in when I'm cooking. It has a lid and a seal, so it doesn't get too smelly. My only outdoor space is my deck. This is where I keep my larger compost bucket. It has a lid to keep away animals. It has holes on the top and the side. This bucket catches all of the liquid that it spills. That's called compost tea or compost soup, and it's a great fertilizer for indoor potted plants.
All I have to do to aerate or turn my compost is give it a good shake. When my 5-gallon bucket is all full, I have an agreement with a local farm to dump my compost on their big pile. Hey Gladney, how do you compost?
My name is Gladney. I'm on the drown proofing staff at Arlington Echo, and I'm here to show you my way of composting. It's quite convenient. First of all, I'm in the kitchen where all my fruits and vegetables are, and I'm in the kitchen a lot. So what works for me is I have a composting bin made from just an old coffee container with a tight-fitting lid. I keep it right underneath here. This composting bin happens to be right outside my window. I can reach up, lift the lid off, dump it in, close it, and be done. Rinse out the bucket, we're ready to go for the next couple of days. Let me show you what goes on outside now. So here we are outside my kitchen window in the composting bin. So it does need to be turned now and then. So I'm tightening the top down a bit. A couple of turns, a couple of days a week, it's good to go. And that's this composting bin.
Anything you can't compost at home or don't have room for can go to the Anne Arundel County Recycling Center's commercial composting facility. As you can see, there are many ways to take your food from garbage to garden. We hope this introduction to compost has inspired you to get started with your own compost journey.
We'd love to hear about your compost or answer any questions you have. Look for more Arlington Echoes Head Outside.
See
you soon!